How is it going, you guys? AC Plow 21 here with year number 3 of our athletic director mode with New Mexico State. It has been quite an interesting affair thus far, especially since a lot of our teams, as far as the dice rolls, have had shitty recruiting. So we're actually adding a side to the dice that we are rolling, which means that they're going to have less of a chance of actually doing good. 3 out of the 4 teams in the fall season have had a side added to their dies, so that is not good. Last year we did have, though, women's soccer make it to the national tournament, which was awesome. Football got 9 total points after going 6-6. We did also have basketball go 15-14, not a terrible record. And then we had baseball. I did not record what happened with the baseball team. That is pretty shitty on my part. Yeah, we will learn from that. I know that we got 2 total points because we got 2 all-conference players. That's the only thing that I remember, unfortunately. So with that, we are at a total of 59 points. Now, that is enough for us to essentially buy another program. However, I am going to bank those points until I can get up to 100. Give ourselves an extra dive so that way we have more of a chance of doing better with the programs that we currently have. So, pretty cool there. With that, let's go ahead and get started with our fall season here in year number 3. Men's cross country, women's cross country, and women's soccer have all had a die added, had a side added to their die as far as rolling. So not the best looks there. Women's volleyball is staying the same. And so with that, let's start with men's and women's cross country. Now, for this, we actually now need them to roll a 1 or 3 out of a 14-sided die to advance from their conference. The rest will stay the same. Yeah, so let's see what we can do here. We're rolling a 14-sided die, and we need to roll a 1 through 3. This is going to be for the women. We get a 9, and the men, we get a 1. Wow, okay. So the men are actually going to be advancing from their conference meet as the number 1 team, by the way. Boom. Absolutely awesome. So now regional need to roll a 1 through 3 out of a 29-sided die. I may in future years change this up based on whether we rolled a 1, a 2, or a 3. Might change that up a little bit, but just for this season, we're just going to roll with this. Need to roll a 1 through 3 out of a 29-sided die to advance. We get an 11. Boo. Oh, so we got an 11, so that is going to be a no. Of course, nothing going on there. At-large bid. Let's see if either team gets an at-large bid. Need to roll a 1 from a 30-sided die. A 1 exactly. We get a 15 for the women and a 23 for the men. So that is a no-go. And there will be no nationals for either team. No, not nationals. I just said no nationals. And with that, we got a point from the men's cross country team, I believe. Regional berth, 2 points. I believe that's it. I wonder what it was in the past. Conference, yes. Okay, yeah. That's 2 points for the men's team. And that's in consecutive years, by the way. That is awesome. So the men's team, a little bit of a dynasty in the conference, it looks like. Now, the recruiting is going to definitely change that if we have ourselves a shitty recruiting. So we're rolling a 6-sided die. Let's see some 1s. We need a 1 in order to improve our crappy recruiting. We get a 3 for the women, and we get a 1 for the men. So the men, you know, people are noticing that their recruiting is getting better. So we're back to 13. And for the women, we have 14 still. Love that, though. Love that. So men's cross country doing pretty well in their conference. As we move on to women's soccer, who also had a side added to their die. And so for women's soccer, they need to roll a 1 through 5 out of a 13-sided die in order to achieve a winning record. That is in order to achieve a winning record. A 1 through 5 out of a 13-sided die for a winning record, and they get a 9. They get a 9. So that is a no-go on the winning record. So now they need to roll a 1 out of a 12-sided die to advance from their conference tournament to the Nationals. That's from a 12-sided die, correct? That is from a 12-sided die. Need to roll a 1. Let's see if they can do that. They get a 5. So that's a no-go there. And no at-large bid because they did not have a winning record. Their season is now over as we head over to recruiting. Rust out the 6-sided die, and they get a 2. So nothing going on there, as it will still remain a 13-sided die, and they get no points. And so now we go to women's volleyball. Need to roll a 1 through 5 out of a 12-sided die to obtain a winning record. 1 through 5, and we get a 3. Love that. So yes, a winning record. Love to see that. And so now with the winning record, we got a 1 through 3. We need to roll a 1 through 3 out of a 12-sided die. A 1 through 3 out of a 12-sided die, and we are on to the Nationals. Get an 11. Ouch. So no conference championship. Let's see if we can get ourselves an at-large bid. We need to roll a 1 out of a 30-sided die. No ifs, ands, or buts. Need to roll a 1. And we get a 23. Get a 23, so nothing cooking there. So yeah, thank you, Falcons. So this is essentially a little RPG game that I've created for myself, where I'm acting as the athletic director for a college, and we're rolling dice to see essentially how the programs do in their seasons, whether they have a winning record, advance from their conference tournament, go to nationals, get an at-large bid, how their recruiting goes, stuff like that. Very, very rudimentary, and I just kind of created it on the fly. But I've been kind of having fun with it. And then with the dice rolls, after we finish that, we play an actual video game. So right now that it's the fall season, I'll be playing NCAA Football 14 and going through a season with New Mexico State, which is the university that we are using. And so no nationals for women's volleyball. Winning record, though, I don't know if that gets us a point. Winning season, no regional or conference title, 1 point. So, hey, that's not bad. I'll take 1 point any day of the week. And then recruiting. So for recruiting, we roll a 6-sided die. If we get a 1, then we essentially have a better team for next year. If we get a 6, we have a worse team. And so we get a 3, so nothing happens. Which means that we are still going to be rolling a 12-sided die for next year for women's volleyball. The winning record for women's volleyball gets us 1 point. Men's cross country gets us 2 points by winning their conference meet, bringing our total now to 62 total points. Love to see it. Love to see it. I will be right back with NCAA Football 14, where we will play out the fall season of football for New Mexico State in year number 3. Be right back. Alrighty. So, New Mexico State, year number 3. Oh, did I? Should be this one. I have been playing a little bit outside of this, but yeah, level 10 already. So our recruiting is getting up there. Let's take a look at our roster first of all, just to see how things are shaking up. Freshman, redshirt quarterback Lauren Odom, scrambler, basically all freshmen. Love that. 4-year starter Lauren Odom will be the star of this team. Good halfback in sophomore Doug Stanley. A couple of sophomores, matter of fact. Fullback is whatever. We got a decent wide receiver core. Tight end core could be better. Offensive line definitely needs to be better. Absolutely needs to be better. Defensive line could definitely be better. Linebackers can definitely be better. Cornerbacks, yep, could be better. That's the story with this team. We're a growing team, and as long as we recruit well, we should be fine. Yeah, it's a telling tale when the punter is the second best overall guy on your team. It is what it is. All right, so let's go ahead and get into it. We are giving ourselves a rather tough schedule this year. No pissing about. UTEP, sure, we can have that rivalry game. New Mexico, sure, of course. Which really means we only have one game. Yeah, one game to book. New Mexico State, I say, yeah, let's do Arizona. Arizona on the road, sure. That gives us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's make the New Mexico game home, just so we have 6 and 6. Beautiful. And we have an F-rated schedule just because of that. Oh, well. Redshirting players. Let's see who we want to redshirt. And I'm just going to go ahead and redshirt both of these guys. Yeah, we really should only need those 2 quarterbacks anyways. All of these wide receivers will catch that redshirt. Nobody really on the offensive line except for this freshman. Let's see. Yep, you can. And yeah, honestly, you can get redshirted too. Nobody there. Nobody there. Okay, so that's it for redshirting. Not too many that we are redshirting. Go ahead and skip to the recruiting. Bada bing, bada boom, bada bing. Let's see what our team needs are for this year. Not too many. Not too many. That's not bad. Top 10 schools, only 64. Defensive tackle, tackle, and tight end. That is what we need. A couple 4-stars that want to come here. I like that. Definitely want to go hard after those 3-star guys. All right. That's about it. Defensive tackle, absolutely nobody, which is a point of concern. And then tight end. Tight end. All right, we'll just go after all these 3-star tight ends. The defensive. Ooh, that guy can get transferred into a defensive tackle, I believe. So we'll go after all these guys. Everybody up here, let's go after. Absolutely. These wide receivers, not really a big concern. Ooh, yeah. Any other position, though, that's 3-star. We'll look at. Yeah, especially anybody on the offensive line. And now we're good. Now let's go take a look at our pipeline, which I believe is New Mexico and Texas. Yeah, so a lot of Texas. First off, let's go take a look at New Mexico. Got that 5-star I would not mind having. Immediately, let's go after him. Okay, let's go back over here. And we desperately need some defensive tackle prospects. So let's do 1 tackle and the rest is defensive tackle. Ooh, 1 tackle, and the rest as defensive tackles. Boom. Oh, 1 more. Ooh, I love me some 6'5" boys. Pause. All right, scouting, not super important for us, although it is a little importance, especially if we want to be good from the get-go and to kind of know who I want to put more points into, I suppose. But I'd rather have the most points to use, so maybe after that's done, I'll put my points into the scouting, and we are all good to go. So let's go ahead and get our season started. This usually goes by rather quickly just because it is just the one team. I am not playing any games, so it's just the recruiting, just getting through that, going through the whole shebang-a-bang, and then that'll be it. Sunbelt and two automatic rivalry games plus Arizona being the toughest team that I believe we will be playing. Preseason all conference, got 3 of them. Love to see it. Got Western Kentucky to start the year, and they say that Western Kentucky will probably come out on top. We shall see. All right, so first things first, no messing about. I just offer a scholarship straight up from the beginning, just so I don't forget to do it at some point at the end of the season, and so I just have more points at the end of the season to use. And the moment I go after a guy, I immediately offer them a scholarship. All right. Team needs, don't have too many guys. So let's get 100, roughly 100 on each of these guys. 70 to 75, 100, roughly around there. Come back over here, add some more points on the double tap. Yeah, especially like offensive line and defensive line could use some work. I mean, very obviously we need a defensive tackle, but our defensive ends were not very good either. And pardon if you can hear my cat messing around with my window. Her name is Tequila. All right, let's go ahead and put 500, 500, and 235 on Pittsburgh, California's own defensive tackle prospect. And it looks like we are all good to go. Preseason polls, where do they have New Mexico State? I'm sure it is in the top 25 for sure. That is actually not bad. Number 100, which is not bad. Out of 126, I will take it, honestly. Ranked over teams like Purdue, Memphis, Pittsburgh. Ranked over those guys. Probably just because they're probably not going to win that many games this year. It is what it is. Conference Outlook, where do they see us? They see us as basically number 4 in the Sun Belt, which is not bad. I guess we'll just see how the games shake out. We have a freshman quarterback at 82 overall. Let's go to can we do it by, we can't. I could have sworn we used to be able to. No, okay. I thought we used to be able to sort it by the conference, which would have been cool, just to see like, oh yeah, we have the best quarterback in the conference. But it is what it is. Let's see how we do. Week 1, we're already, I believe, in Sunbelt. And we lose 49 to 16. Wow. 49 to 16 to Western Kentucky. How about that? Shout out to the Hilltoppers, by the way. Coach Adrian Palaio is at 11. Let's see here. Let's get our initial points up. So now we'll start going after scouting. Love that. So we have some extra points to dish out. Love it. And immediately there's going to be a couple guys that I know we're not going to be able to get, such as Kenny Lilly and basically all the defensive tackles, unfortunately. Yep, pretty much all the defensive tackles. Anybody with 1,000 or above, I got rid of. Let's go find ourselves some more, some other defensive tackles. So tackle, tight end, and defensive tackle. One more defensive tackle. Let's go find ourselves a tackle and some more defensive tackles. Robert Taylor, already been offered. This guy's been offered. Richards and Randy Wright. Not him. 6'6", 6'4". He's been offered. Jermaine Higdon. And one more. This guy from Tennessee. Beautiful. Let's look for a tackle. Jamal Martin. He's been offered. He's been offered by some big schools. He's been offered. He's been offered. He's been offered. And Clinton Kelly. Beautiful. All right. Matter of putting some more points into these boys, hoping that they appreciate the added love. All right. And overall, Leslie Anderson. Put him on Richards. Put it on Morgan. And there we go. Recruiting done. We got Troy this week. And we lose again. This might be a rough year. Once again, if we get fired, we're just going to keep going, just with a different coach. The only thing that sucks is that it'll reset our skill tree. So recruiting will be tougher if we get fired. Baseball, though, on the other hand, is way different. It's because if we get fired, I'm pretty sure it's just game over. Defensive coordinator has a skill to submit. Put it on the stamina. All right. We got South Alabama, and they're taking South Alabama to win. That's kind of harsh. Where is the love for New Mexico State? I beg it. I beg of you. All right. Not going to get this tight end or this wide receiver or this tight end or this wide receiver or this defensive end. Anybody over 1,000, I do not want to waste my time on, which is unfortunately quite a few guys. All right. So we want to make sure we're addressing our needs, obviously, first, and then we can go have fun with it. So we need quite a few tight ends. 3 tight ends and at least 1 more defensive tackle, I'd say. So let's go ahead and see anybody who has not been offered. This guy hasn't. Neither have you. This guy has. He has as well. He has. By Michigan, that guy was offered. But not Gavin Harris. Let's go after Gavin Harris. And I believe it was Let's do a tackle and a defensive tackle. Marcus Moss. Yep. All right, Michael Cooper. Now let's just have some fun. John Palmer's obviously been offered by just about everybody. He's been offered. He has not, this 5-star, interestingly enough. He's been offered. Obviously, we just looked at that guy. Eric Graham. Another quarterback we can sink our teeth into. Not too many of these guys are without offers, except for this guy, Mark Berry. Like that. Michigan. Keith Brown. Evan Johnson. Let's go after Michael Brooks. Don't really want to go after more quarterbacks. No, let's not do that. Halfback. Defensive end. Got a linebacker, maybe? No. Got a good guard. He's probably an offensive lineman. No. Nope. Cornerback. Yeah. Robert Edwards. A very short cornerback. We love it. Thing is, as long as nobody else offers most of these guys, like, we will get them. It's just we got to put the effort into them, you know? But we can't because we have other guys that we need to get. So for now, it's like 80 to 100 points. And then just really put more effort into the guys that were on the verge of losing, essentially. Like these guys. Once they get to around 1,000, unless like I can schedule a visit with them, like it's toast, essentially. That. And then we're going to go to overall. Boop, Randy Wright. Boop, Russell Morgan. Jermaine Higdon. Or Clinton Kelly. Let's go with Clinton Kelly. Boom. All right. South Alabama. That's a win. Let's go. 1-2. 1-2 this season. All right. So we got UTEP in the I-10 rivalry. And they're saying that we might actually win. Okay. I see you, Kirk. Giving us some love. Love to see it. Nobody ready for a visit just yet. I do see that we have, yep, quite a few people that we are probably not going to get. I'm going to stick with Aaron Smith because nobody else has offered him. Sticking with him. Not going to stick with Michael Jefferson. Sticking with Mark Berry. Not going to stick with Greg Smith. Gavin Harris we're going to stick with. Yeah, just because no one else has offered them, so I don't see a threat to sticking with them right now. So let's go ahead and get some more points added on our boys here. And hopefully some of these guys are going to want to visit pretty soon. Like, most of these guys, like, let's see. Who do we have a big lead for? Russell Morgan. But I do want to keep that because he's pretty good. Yeah, 72 overall, he's pretty good. Yeah, I'm just going to leave it as is. 33 targets, that's fine. Let's see if we can beat UTEP. We absolutely can. 38-21. Offense scoring in droves. Love that. We can get a bowl berth this year. That'd be huge. Pretty sure we went 6-6 in last year. We just didn't get a bowl berth. Also, Morgan is ready to visit, like that. Offensive coordinator. Get to the recruiting. We got Louisiana Monroe this week, who is usually a pretty tough team early on in these saves. Let's yeah, bring him in as soon as possible against New Mexico. All right, Aaron Smith, still no offer. Him, still no offer. Him, still no offer. So we're good. Let's just see. Don't really want to take off any from Morgan. But let's take some off from Moore and from Pratt. And let's just find the highest overall guy, Clay Thornton. Boom, there we go. At Louisiana Monroe, they're saying they're going to win, which I expected. They're pretty good. Early save. With like the default rosters, we lose 24-17. Probably not going to do as well as I was thinking. I was talking bowl berth. That's probably not going to happen. Really need to make sure that I prioritize like the lines of scrimmage. Like offensive, defensive line needs to be a priority. Needs to be. Got New Mexico. They're saying New Mexico's going to win. We shall see. We got a couple guys ready for a visit. So let's bring the squad. Get some complimentary visits. That'll get me some XP points. Love that. Beautiful. All right, Morgan has been scheduled with a couple of other teams, which makes me a little worried. Take some points off there. Let's take some points off Randy Wright. About 400. Willie Richards, same thing. Andre Williams, we can take a couple off of as well. Largest deficit, still no offer, still no offer, still no offer. So I feel like we're good there. Aaron Smith, let's just get to 500. Mark Berry. There we go. And the rest we're like in the mix for. So we're doing pretty okay. The rest we are in the mix for. Nobody else has offered those guys that we're behind on, you know, by 1,000 points as we lose to New Mexico. So I'm not overly worried about it. Two and 4. Not a great start to the year. As long as we get like 4 or 5 wins, I feel like we don't get fired though. Texas State. This upcoming week. We caught Russell Morgan on the team. So 72 overall, that's pretty huge. And that's our tackle taken care of essentially. Got some more guys ready to visit. So let's just bring him in now against Texas State. Putting a couple defensive tackles. Love it. Boom, we are not behind for really that many of these guys. The Mark Berry, let's get those points added on him. Clay Thornton added on him. And Marcus Moss. We will probably have a pretty good recruiting class. I'm excited about that recruiting class actually, because all of our needs are going to be met. We're going to lose quite a few games this year. All of our needs are going to be met as far as recruiting. I already got a 72 overall guy. That's quite exciting. especially on the offensive line. He'll, you know, probably he'll have to start. So I was going to say redshirt him, but he'll probably have to start and then end up eventually becoming like an 80-82. It's just getting those good guys now is important. So that way, you know, you can eventually redshirt guys. I'm not even going to really worry about that. I want to get the scouting going just so that way we have a little bit more of an edge moving forward. Able to scout the guys' overalls from the get-go. Just so that way we know where exactly we are with everybody. Did they offer Mark Berry after all? They did not. Gavin Harris, John Hickman. And there we are. Nobody wants to visit this week, though. We've got 4 signings. Currently number 46 in the nation in signings. 4 3-star guys. Center, which is really good. Defensive end, cornerback, tackle. Love it. Not sexy positions, but definitely positions that, you know, you want to get at least one guy every year, essentially. Arkansas State, and they say Arkansas State is probably going to win this week. And they do. 45-17, ouch. This team will definitely grow into a better one. It's just, I hope I don't get fired. It's the only worry. Saw him in the woods. Bearing on in the woods. Got a halfback, Sam James, to sign up. More than likely a 4-star at 67. Got a couple guys ready to visit, including another halfback. Another defensive tackle. Still no offer on Clay Thornton, but he does not want to come here. Wow. Caleb Barnes, close to wanting to come here. Let's just get him that, you know, that little itty bit closer. Louisiana Monroe, they say they're going to win. And they do. 27-6. I wonder if our freshman quarterback has not been up to par thus far this season. Couple defensive tackles have signed. Left end and a middle linebacker. Love that. Got Chad Simmons, wide receiver, ready to visit. So let's bring him aboard. Caleb Bauer. Keith Brown just got offered. Nathan Neal. Yeah, the recruiting class is going to be big. That's not the worry. It's just, yeah, maybe we could have gotten a little bit more aggressive, you know? Bye week, 2-7. Season is not going to be very good. I'll look at the stats and whatnot when we get to this next week. But this season is flying by, and that's mainly just because the recruiting is going very well. Some 3- and 4-star guys in the Sun Belt, that's all you can really ask for. If I can get like a top 50 like recruiting class, golden. Top 25, even better. Jeremy Cox, Andre Williams, James Simmons. So some more tackles. All right, let's go ahead and take a look here. So our freshman quarterback has been struggling. That is fair. 85 overall as a freshman, but he is still struggling. 216 yards a game, rushing a couple of times a game. He'll get there. He'll get there. And then our other freshman quarterback, probably had to play one game. On the ground, Doug Stanley not doing the greatest. 55 yards a game. Lauren Odom also rushing. Brent Gordon also on the ground. Jason Lowe, our freshman wide receiver at 6'7", has been doing quite well, though. 4 touchdowns this year. Tyler Tremblay. Doug Stanley. Corey Sims. Marquez Singleton. Charlie Mullins. Brent Gordon. Don't really need to look at the conference standings. I already know we're doing quite terribly. 12 signings thus far. A couple of guys ready to visit, including Mark Berry, I see. Keith Brown. Nothing we can really do about these guys. He still has not gotten an offer. He just doesn't want to come visit. What can I say? Keith Brown will probably end up losing out on. But it is what it is. He's already visited us. Hopefully he doesn't fall in love with Hawaii. Got Georgia State this week. They say they'll win. This is a pretty winnable game. I'd be rather sad if we lost. Okay, nice. 42-28. A pretty good win. 3-7 so far. If we can get to 5-7, I'd be okay with that. Anything other than that, rather disappointing season. Even though it's like the first batch of recruits kind of getting their first run out. Really? Because they were probably redshirted the first year, just like our star quarterback is. But we're going to have him for all 4 years. Which is beautiful. I'm just glad he did not transfer because we redshirted him. Got an outside linebacker. That's pretty cool. NCAA Player of the Week is also pretty cool. Must have had a signing from a guy who only had 15 points assigned to him. Caleb Barnes. And Clay Thornton, who is finally ready to visit. Right, yeah, not much we can really do other than that. I feel like the next points that I do will probably go to how many points we can assign on each player. Yeah, we're definitely losing that Arizona game. But there's that. So, 4-8 is the best we can hope for this year. Unless we beat Arizona, which would be sweet. We got Keith Brown. Okay. We got Nathan Neal, Marcus Wilson. Clinton Kelly ready to visit. Along with Kayla Bauer. Beautiful, beautiful. And Dwayne Wright, we're still in the lead for. Nice. Marcus Moss. Jermaine Higdon, add some onto there. Only 9 scholarships remaining. We're ranked number 14. feel like this is going to be kind of like a number 30 kind of class, just because we're going to be done. We're not really going to be able to add any 5 stars or anything like that. Let's lose to Arizona. Like, this was definitely a recruiting class of needs. Plus a couple sprinkled on top, couple quarterbacks. Which we really did not need, unfortunately, because all of our quarterbacks are freshmen. I mean, if some are worse, obviously we'll cut them. But it's just like, wow. We're just going to be stacked at the quarterback position, which is good, you know? Beautiful. Kitchen sink. Oh, and I didn't save it. Not what I wanted to do. And defensive coordinator, put it on the stamina. Let's see, 7 scholarships remaining. Beautiful. Can add a couple more points onto all of these guys. And there we are. 7 scholarships remaining. All of our needs are met, I assume. Yeah, no needs. No needs. Three seniors that are wide receivers are graduating. You'd have 9 total. That's fine. Adding 3 tackles. I honestly would not mind if we got a couple more. We've already signed 4 defensive tackles, which would give us 7, which is okay. 3 defensive ends, which is going to be a little bit of an overload, but if they're better, it is what it is. A couple cornerbacks, and we still have room for more, which is awesome. Cool. Going to be a good recruiting class. Idaho. Very beatable team. So let's beat them, please. Very beatable team is Idaho's. My cat is attempting to murder me. We got Caleb Bauer. We got John Hickman, who was a 4-star prospect. So we might actually have a top 25 class, actually. Only 5 scholarships remaining. Couple visits to be had. I'm just going to go straight up to overall. And do it this way. Ooh, Clinton Kelly signed elsewhere. Interesting. He fell in love with Alabama. Right, all good there. Idaho. Again, very beatable team. And we beat them. 4-8 is how we are going to end our season. Let me get this down on my notes app. So 4-8. And it looks like we got our final 5 recruits. We have one more. One more we can get. And I want Clay Thornton. and we're not recruiting anymore. Forgot about that. So 4-8. We go 3-6 in conference. Oh, I wish I could sort this. Team stats, right? One, two, three, four, five, six, 7. So 6th in total offense. And 7th in total defense. And obviously defense is not going to be a factor for us nationwide. And neither is offense. Yep, so we just won't bother. Heisman watch. I have no idea who that is, but UCLA must be doing rather well. Let's see, award finalists. Do we have any award finalists on the team? Would not appear so. Guess not. Definitely not making a bowl game, so let's get to the end of championship week. Scott Fagan of UCLA. I'm not even sure who that would have been in real life. Interestingly enough. And it's going to be Georgia Tech and Ohio State. Interesting. Take a look at the All-Americans. See if we got anything cooking on that front. Freshman Lauren Odom. Freshman All-American quarterback. Obviously. Definitely struggled, but he will be better. Jason Lowe, also a freshman All-American. Love that. 6'7". 6'7", ladies and gentlemen. And that's it. Let's go ahead and go to the All Sun Belt first team. Nobody. Nobody on the second team either. Okay, we got a couple. Brian Wilson and Matt Downing. So that's 2 All-Americans, which, other than our recruiting, is probably going to be... Actually, I'll count that as 4. Because we did have the 2 guys on the freshman All-Americans. So 4 freshman All-Americans. Brian Wilson, our punter. And Matt Downing. Wait, oh yeah, Matt Downing, our senior. Senior cornerback. I thought 9 interceptions this year. As if 7 isn't equally as impressive. 7 interceptions this year is crazy. All right, no bowl game. What's our job security look like? I mean, we're not in the bottom 5. We're at 100%. Interestingly enough. Okay. Well, let's get to the end of bowl season. My money's on Ohio State to win. We did lose against New Mexico, by the way. That was rather unfortunate. Record books. I guess no records. Undefeated champs Georgia Tech. That's crazy. Okay. Good on them. Let's see the final top 25. Georgia Tech, Virginia Tech, Ohio State, South Carolina, Texas A&M, Kentucky, Indiana, Notre Dame, UCLA, Texas, Navy. Navy always ends up being pretty good for some reason. End of season. Okay. They want to extend me. And I absolutely will. And that will add to the... Beautiful. No point doing the coaching carousel. That will also increase my stamina. Not my stamina. My stability. Stability rating with the recruits. Love that. Since I just signed a new contract. Alright, no players are transferring away. We are losing all of our seniors, however. Nobody's over an 80 overall. Nobody's over an 80 overall. Leveling up. Leveling up. I imagine we'll have 1 or 2 transfer requests. None. Okay. Obviously, no one's going to get drafted. So we go to our final recruiting. And we only have 1 recruit left to sign. And I really just want to get that one Clay Thornton. Because we've already got 1 other guy in every other position. We got both these quarterbacks. Will Mann, who is from New Mexico, would be nice to get. Scout him. He's also a 5-star. Can't really hit. He's more than likely like a free safety / running back, which I'm down with, and he's 5-star. Do not need another tight end. Do not need another defensive tackle. I would not be mad with Robert Edwards either. No thanks. I honestly wouldn't be mad with any of those guys. Yeah, so we'll just divide whoever we'll get one of them for sure. So we'll just divide it up evenly. 25 hundo a piece, basically. Because there's reasons really to want all of them. Cornerback would be nice, especially one that's a little bit better. But then this guy is a 5-star athlete who will probably be a free safety or something like that. You can only get one of them. Well, let's see which one we get, and let's see how we finish. If we get that 5-star, that's going to bump us up even more. But, I mean, a 4-star will do that as well also. Got a 1-star guy signing with Army. And we get Will Mann. Not terrible. So we definitely signed a top 10 class. Signed the top class in the conference. How about that? Recruiting first in Sunbelt. Now let's see how high up into the top 10 we recruited. Top 10 class, we were exactly number 10. When I feel like we probably should have been like number 11, but I will take it. Top 10 recruiting class. Defensive end, quarterback, halfback, quarterback. Probably would have been pushed a little bit further had we gotten that 5-star, but I'm not complaining. Who are the guys that did better than us? UCLA, South Carolina, Florida State, Oklahoma, Notre Dame, Ohio State, Michigan State, Texas, and Alabama. Makes sense. Number 10. That is insane. Oh boy. Did we sign an athlete after all? We did not. And so, yeah, we will have quite a few good quarterbacks. Probably will get rid of Dennis James and Lee Pennington, unfortunately. Got 2 left tackles. We've got 4 right tackles, 77, 67. Let's just go ahead and switch him over to left tackle. Got 2 left guards. We've got 2 right guards. We've got 3 centers. Got 4 left ends, and we got 5 right ends. Love that. Keith Brown is an 81 overall. Love that. Defensive tackle. We've got quite a few. Definitely cutting that senior. Definitely cutting the sophomore. 4 left outside linebackers. Only 3 right outside linebackers. And 5 middle linebackers. Got 6 cornerbacks. 3 free safeties. And 4 strong safeties. Okay. 1 kicker, 1 punter, no athletes. Boom. See how the boys trained. I'd love to see that our quarterback got to like 89 overall. 90 overall, Lauren Odom as a sophomore. Quarterback, not an issue. Quarterback is not an issue. Halfback, Doug Stanley, 87 overall. Like that. Fullback, 75, Jason Lowe, up to an 83. He will probably get up to like a 90, 91 by the time he's done. Tight end still, once again, could use some work. Offensive line still could use some work. Defensive ends not the greatest. Dwayne King looks okay. Andre Thomas looks good. Boy out of New Mexico. Michael Archer looking good. Dave Palmer, our New Mexico boy, looking good. Dave Espinosa as a sophomore, loving that. Jim Brown, sophomore, not terrible. Kicker and punter obviously get better. I love it. Team got better. Let's see how many guys we got to cut. Got to cut 13 players. 13. Um. So yeah, let's start out with Dennis James. Leave it at that. Sean Turner. And Lonnie Turner. Gavin Harris. James Simmons we can cut. Gerard Muse. AC Mitchell. Marcus Poole and Dustin Morris. Mark McGee. Yeah. Lawrence. All right, and then two more. Yeah. Got him. And yep. Oh, probably could have done Jacob Freeman. Oh well. Need our New Mexico boys after all. Custom conferences, not going to do anything. Not going to do anything with custom conferences, obviously. So, very good recruiting year. And it's just time for us to see now how many points we got. We're going to let this auto save and get to the start of the new season. There we go. Love it. All right. I will be right back and we will tally up our points. Okay, so let's do this. Record 4-8, not the greatest. Conference record 3-6. Offensive rank, nope, not worried about that. But in the conference, we were 6th, and then in defense, we were 7th. No bowl results. Didn't check really conference. Sorry. All conference players, we did have 2 All-American players, technically 2, 0 awards. We did lose to New Mexico. Conference recruiting got first. National recruiting, we got 10. So, with that, let's go ahead and take a look. Recruiting. Best in conference, 2 points. Top 25, 5 points. So that's 7 points already right there. Boom. So let's just put that there for right now. 7 points. The all-conference players. All-American, 2 points. All-conference, 1 point. So that's 2 all-conference. 2 All-Americans. So that's 6 points. That's 6 points. So that's 13 points we earned this year from football. Let's see. Last year we got 9. Year 1, we also got 9. And that's just because national... Jeez, look at how we've been doing in recruiting. So we got 24th, 12th, and 10th in recruiting. Yeah, we're eventually going to end up starting... We're gonna win some national championships, ladies and gentlemen. We will... It'll only be a matter of time. Gonna kick ass in the Sun Belt. Gonna move to the Pac-12. Boom. Start winning from some national titles. Especially if we keep recruiting like this, it'll be easy. Easy. 13 total points, which brings us to a score of 75. 75 total points. We need 25 more in order to get that second die, which will be huge for our, improvement of our programs that we, roll the dice for. Next time I see you guys will be for the winter season, where we will be playing College Hoops 2K8 and rolling the dice for women's swim and dive, women's basketball, and women's indoor track and field. Appreciate you guys. I'm AZPlow21. You guys take care.